All right, so right where we left off with the table, as you can see, I've got everything defined in 2 dimensions. Four legs, four skirt pieces. This piece right here was just what I used to define the top and offset the top. And then I have four more skirt pieces right here. All of these have midpoints, so there's no issue with lining those up at all. So at this point, you can go over to a Southwest isometric view and can start turning this thing into something. So what I'm going to start with is going to my, now remember, and I always end up having to go back and um, change layers a lot or match properties, but remember when you extrude something or any of these 3D modify commands that you use, extrude, loft, revolve, or sweep, it's always going to um, perform that operation in the layer that you're currently in. So right now I'm in stretcher, but I want to go to table legs. Okay. So what I'm going to do is select my four legs. So I'll go select and select and select and select. And I'm going to go ahead and hit extrude. I'm going to go up into positive space here. It wouldn't be a bad idea if you go take a measurement on a table, the type of table you're building somewhere around your house. I'm going to make mine 32 inches. So I type in 32, and there's my four legs. Okay. Real easily now, I can go ahead and get the top moved out of the way. I think I'll wait till the end on that. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these four pieces and I'm going to move them up into the air. So I'm going to go ahead and move them from any base point works. See my green polar guideline is on, so I'm just going to type in 4. I'm going to get those 4 inches off the ground so I can get a broom or a vacuum underneath them. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and take these. Okay, so here's what I was just talking about. And if I extrude them, I'll make them about 3 inches. Now you can see what it did was it extruded them on my leg layer. So in this case, MA spacebar, that's your match property command. Now you can go back and you can just modify the layer that you were on. Okay. So now at this point, I'm going to take these four. These are my top skirt pieces. And I'm going to just take this and I'm going to drop it to the midpoint of that leg right there. I don't need these anymore, so I can erase them. And I just realized something I could have done to speed up a lot of time, but hopefully it's not that big of a deal. And I'm going to extrude these. Oh, shoot, look what happened. So rather than having to match properties again, I'm just going to go back to my table stretcher layer, grab all four of these and extrude them. And I'm going to go downhill. I'm going to say -5. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to move it. Sometimes I have a hard time sometimes doing some 3D operations like all in wireframe. X-ray is actually kind of cool to do stuff on. What it's trying to, the one thing is it's trying to process a lot right now with this floor being here. But I don't know if that helps you or doesn't help you or whatever. But at any rate, I can go here and I'm just going to go ahead and move my tabletop to the actual top. Okay. And then this part is a goner. That line again was just there to keep me aligned. This is kind of annoying in X-ray. So I'll just go back to wireframe. And again, I'm going to switch my layers because I got to do an extrusion for my top thickness. And I'm going to go to tabletop and I'm going to extrude it. And I'm going to make my top 2 inches thick. Okay. And I'm all said and done. I don't know if I have, let's see what layer this is right here. That is on a, what layer is this? Can't tell. It's a construction layer. So I think what I should do is go ahead and make a floor layer because I think I might like to turn my floor off. So I'm going to call this floor. And I'm just going to do like a shade of gray on this, I guess. And I'll say okay. And then this now can go onto floor. So that is going to go down to my floor. Okay. That might make it a little easier to see things. Okay. Now, the last part I'm going to do is to dress it up a little bit. So there's my table. If I go to realistic, boom, I've got that right now. And this is what I was saying. Now I can go ahead and turn off my floor. I'm going to turn that layer off. And I'm going to turn off my, thought I had walls here somewhere. I'll turn off my walls. So the only thing I should be seeing, oh, these didn't make it on walls for some reason. So those should be on walls. Let's go ahead and place those on walls. So it's you can just see it said it was moved to a layer that's turned off. Okay. So here's my table. And one thing, and this is what I realized the smarter thing to do would have been to do all of this at once. So what I'm going to do is use a fillet, and I'm going to select radius or hit R space. I'm going to say 0.5. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the edge that I want to fillet, right click enter, right click enter. Now you can see like it when I'll hit repeat fillet. So you see right here where I clicked it the first time and it selected the line. And the second time, so I had to do a right click enter, it's allowing me to go ahead and select multiple additional items. So if I right click enter again, it should have filleted that as well. Okay. And there's a reason that we do that. Because it makes a softer edge and it makes it look nicer. So at this point, I would just have to literally go around my entire structure and go ahead and fillet all of these. My dog, as you can see, loves filleting. Right click enter, right click enter. Okay. So the reason I said I did make one mistake. Since I have all these stretcher pieces, it would have been way more helpful to have built these and then rotated them. But you can finish that off and dress it up and make it look good. And there is your table.